I'm going to be going over item creation and function. You're going to select WMS, Setup, Item Setup, and Item. Within here, again, you have your search criteria, or you can select Search for All. We're going to be creating. However, if you would like to upload, at the bottom here, you can see there is a Excel template, and you can upload via that template. So we're going to create a new item. Now, how this works essentially is that SKU does have to match the SKU on your website. If there is a match, it will pull in the product image. So let's call this SKU 123 and description test SKU. So item type. Now, inventory would just be an inventory item. The two that you need to watch carefully are bundle and kit. A kit will break down and pull the components as we pick. So if there's an item that contains two items and they don't have to be prepackaged in a certain way, the order will pull the two separate items individually. Now if you select bundle, then we have to go through an assembly process. Then you would, that item would have to be kitted. So we're just going to call this an inventory item. Now you do have the option of the unit of measure. Our default is unit. You can assign a group or a category to this item. Let's call this category hat. You can do a subcategory, of which we'll build these out specific to your needs. So if you would like to have your items categorized, then let me know how you would like your items broken out in terms of category. That function can be used for when you're pulling reporting and breaking down the data later on. We do need to know the weight of the goods, and the goods will always be in ounces. All the goods entered into Legiwa will need to be in ounces. So we can now save this. We're now going to select our vendor. Where are we getting this good from? Now you can have multiple vendors here. I'm just going to say it's Agile. Of course, you can use yourself as a vendor. Package type. This is where you'll determine how these items come in. This is also where you'll store secondary weight, but you also need to make sure you have the length, width, and height within this. And then if we are going to be using this unit of measure, you'll need to make it active. Now there is some cool functionalities here. We can add an alternative method. So you could say, for instance, package type, we could do a case. And a case contains 6. Again, we would need the weight, length, width, and height for the case. We could call this active, save. Now the great thing about having these two options is if it's a case of 6, obviously you'll be charged for a case as opposed to a unit. Now there is a differential that has to occur between these two, which would be the barcode. So we'd add our barcodes here. We're going to assign this barcode to Agile. Now we can save this, but we can add as many barcodes as we like. So we're going to add another one. We're going to call this 45868, whatever. And this barcode is going to be associated with a case. So now when a case comes through and we're picking or receiving by case, it will have this barcode and will represent 6 units. Now if we're doing a kit or a bundle, the components of the kit or the bundle will be added here. You can select new, search out the components, and add the component quantity. Down at the bottom, this will show your channel listings. So for instance, on this single item, you would show Amazon, Shopify, WooCommerce, as many connections as you have associated with this secular item. We can also create with the necessary details. Now these will auto-create when we tie in the connection. As a matter of fact, the whole item can be set to auto-create as soon as you create it on your website to build it in our site without you having to do anything or us having to do anything. So one of the cool functions that you have within this is you can have the ability to have the item come through but not be an item that we actually fulfill. So that's everything for an item at this time. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.